A metaphysical and logical interpretation of War of the Worlds 2005. Did you know the title War of the Worlds doesn't describe aliens versus humans? It's telling you that there's a war on multiple fronts. It describes a deeper conflict between dimensions of our existence. Chemical invasion. Our bodies are flooded with toxins, synthetic hormones, and artificial foods. Mental invasion. Our minds are targeted by algorithms, media, and education systems designed to limit thought. Emotional invasion. Our hearts are weighed down with collective trauma, fear, sadness, and anger. At face value, War of the Worlds appears to be a story about an alien invasion, a battle between humanity and an external foreign force. But beneath the surface lies a much more profound truth. This war isn't just out there, it's within us. The invaders are not creatures from another planet. They're outlandish, unnatural materials, synthetic biological substances, and engineered nanotech, quietly colonizing the tissues of our bodies. They arrive through food, water, air, injected technologies, and consumer products and lie dormant, waiting to be activated. So it's not just about aliens invading Earth, but alien energies invading the human spirit. It's a symbolic reflection of what's happening inside of us. Our bodies and consciousness are under attack. It's a war for the soul and for the truth of who we are. Fear versus faith, disconnection versus unity, despair versus love. It's about the war within. This is the war we don't see but feel. In this unseen world, fear weakens your energy field. Love strengthens your immunity and clarity. Your choices, emotions, and interactions become your weapons or shields. So when we say War of the Worlds, we're talking about a material invasion and a spiritual test, a technological takeover and a call to awaken, a battle of machines and of hearts and minds, the world inside of you and the world around you. When the machines came out from the ground and the aliens fell from the sky, it was a coded message for the real invasion happening right now, not in our cities, but into our bodies. The tripods? Think of them as nanomachines. The lightning bolts that power them? That's electromagnetic radiation, Wi-Fi, 5G, 6G, and 7G, etc., which can be directed to externally manipulate anything internal. The machines were already buried underground, just waiting to be activated. Just like in the real world, nanomaterials like graphene, heavy metals, smart dust, and synthetic biology are already inside us, but they're not active yet. And just like in the movie, they don't need to invade from the sky. They only need to be switched on by the right frequency. Just like the alien machines needed electricity to rise and function, these nanomaterials respond to electromagnetic frequencies that are already all around us. We're living in an invisible battlefield. Our tissues are the terrain, synthetic materials are the hidden enemy, and electromagnetism and frequency are the weapon. The ultimate defense? Your heart, mind, and inner field. You are not powerless. The human body is not just biological, it's electromagnetic. Your emotions, thoughts, and inner coherence generate a field stronger than any wireless signal. Fear lowers your vibration. Stress makes your system more programmable. But peace, joy, and love make you invisible to manipulation. They activate natural shielding. When you're aligned in body, mind, and soul, the external signals can't override you because you're already transmitting a stronger signal from within. This is the real War of the Worlds. It's not humans versus aliens. It's organic consciousness versus synthetic control. The good news? You don't need weapons. You don't need fear. You need clarity, calm, and connection to yourself, nature, and those you love. That's the real resistance. That's how we win. The aliens weren't defeated by missiles or military might. They were defeated by the smallest, most natural elements of life, microbes. The message was this: the unseen forces like microbes, love, intuition, and the human spirit are more powerful than massive technological systems. It's a reminder that nature is intelligently designed. The Earth already has its own defense system. You don't need to be big and strong. You need to be aligned with truth. Humanity is being hijacked, not through brute force, but through psychological warfare, divide and conquer, fear and confusion, techno-seduction, and false solutions. They're replacing nature with networks, replacing wisdom with algorithms, calling it green but it's gray, cold, metallic, and synthetic. They're hijacking environmentalism to hijack humanity. Environmentalism is no longer about protecting life, it's being co-opted to control it. Going green now means replacing forests with sensors, animals with digital twins, and ecosystems with blockchain AI grids. They say they'll preserve nature and wildlands by keeping humans away from it, buying all the land while locking down access, declaring protected zones while turning everything else into smart cities. It's not going green, it's clean but it's controlled. It's not natural, it's an anti-life, post-human future, run by sensors, governed by code, and executed by machines. A world where nature is off limits and digital reality is offered as your new home, a metaverse to keep you distracted, data mined, and docile. The word alien simply means foreign, not necessarily extraterrestrial. It could mean extra-dimensional, like the universe, like the invisible frequencies that are just beyond our perception. And just like us, they write in forms, machines, vessels, technologies, etc. But we are more than form. We're fractal expressions of the divine. The same geometries that form atoms form minerals, plants, animals, humans, stars, and galaxies. The tripods tell a hidden truth. They have 3 legs and 3 toes on each. This reflects a trinity pattern, and the aliens operating the machines are fractal versions of the whole machine. It's a fractal repeating at every level, from atoms to organs to orbits. It's the same sacred geometry that builds everything in the cosmos, from micro to meso to macro. There are only 3 cosmic zones. The tripod heads resemble eyes, and did you notice the cages that they carry? It's the same geometry of the atom itself, the spiraling torus, fluctuating vortex bubble. Atom is the foundation of all physical existence, not a particle but a whirl of the field, a motion, not a thing. So let's break down the 3 worlds that the movie is referring to. There are 3 interconnected realms, each reflecting and influencing the other. 1. The outer physical world. This is the tangible reality we see around us, nature, society, technology, and external events. 2. The inner physical world. Internal processes of our bodies, biology, chemistry, genetics. This is the terrain that can be invaded, activated, and manipulated. 3. The spiritual world. The world we don't see but feel. The invisible, energetic realm of thought, emotion, intuition, and awareness. This is where true warfare occurs, the battleground of belief, perception, and feeling. These 3 realms form a fractal system nested within each other. The macrocosm reflects the microcosm. This is the fractal nature of reality. Fractality is the key to understanding this system. This triple-layered geometry isn't random. It reflects the fundamental structure of reality. Nature is fractal. Trees, rivers, blood vessels, and lightning all mirror each other in form. DNA itself is fractal, so are consciousness patterns. The war machines from the story are symbolic of latent systems already within our biology and psyche waiting for activation. The real invasion is already inside us, but so is the power to overcome it. The real war is within consciousness, the struggle to reclaim sovereignty over our mind, body, and soul. And because these realms are fractal, a shift in one echoes in all. Healing the spirit transforms the body, freeing the mind, recalibrates the world. So the outer world is what we see on the surface, machines rising from the ground, explosions, fear, collapse of civilization, a battle for control of the earth. This represents a biological invasion. Toxins, disease, tech, environmental degradation, social collapse, and fear-based control systems. It's the material world being overwhelmed by forces that seem alien and unstoppable. Again, the real invaders are not green men with lasers, they're coming from within us. Just like the tripods were already here, the toxins, stressors, and threats to our health and freedom are inside of us already. They're nanomaterials like graphene, smart dust, synthetic biology, microplastics, processed chemicals, and engineered substances entering our bodies obliviously. We're not waiting for an invasion, we're already hosts, not to aliens, but to foreign synthetic materials that lie dormant, waiting. They just need the right external frequency to activate, and those frequencies are already surrounding us. Think of 5G towers, Wi-Fi fields, smart grids, microwave pulses. These are the signals waiting to trigger reactions in the bodies of the unaware. But your body is sacred, not helpless. Your DNA is not just data, it's your divine nature. We're not made to be controlled, not even remotely. We are divine beings made to be conscious. Love is the frequency that overrides all others. Love aligns your internal fields. It creates coherence in your heart and brain and makes you impervious to fear, chaos, and manipulation. This is why they try to keep us in fear, because fear shambles your field, weakens your signal, and makes you easy to influence. The message is simple. Don't be afraid, be aware. Activate your natural divinity, DNA, and when the time comes, when the world looks like it's falling apart, don't panic, don't run, don't fight blindly, because your activation doesn't come from a device. It comes from your divinity, from natural inner peace and alignment. You won't fall, you will rise into your natural power. Rejoice, be free, stay close to each other, and the greatest rebellion is to remember who you are and refuse to be anything less. And here's the deeper truth. We are the lightning. Just as the machines rose from underground and were powered from the skies, we too descend into our bodies from above, consciousness incarnating into form. The lightning is the spirit and the tripod is the body. You are the driver, not the vehicle. The film is a map of the entire universe, not just a battle between species, but a war between awareness and automation, divine order and synthetic control, consciousness and unconscious programming. We are not victims of a dying world, we are masters in the making. This isn't the end, this is the awakening. We are not at war with evil, we are confronting ignorance with intelligence. Intelligence is not just data, it's wisdom, love, and truth in motion. It's time to step into our inner peace, to learn and teach real science, metaphysics, and cosmology, because we are not machines, we are divine instruments here to play our part in a living, breathing universe. The War of the Worlds was a metaphor, a warning for what's happening inside of our bodies, minds, and consciousness right now. So activate the aura. The solution isn't fighting the machines head on, it's building an intensified aura. Stay grounded in nature, breathe, feel joy, move your body, think clearly, love deeply. That's how you regenerate your field. When your aura is strong, you are immune to the system, not just biologically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. We must be the firewall. We're not just bodies in a system, we are the living expressions of divine creation, fractals of stars and atoms, the director and main actor of this earth theater. The choice is yours. Be programmed or be present. Be locked in or be free. Strengthen your field. Protect nature by embodying it. Become the living aura. This is your invitation to remember that earth and heart are anagrams because you're both a living temple. The earth sits at the Goldilocks zone, in the middle place where all magic happens, the sacred center where spirit takes form between the poles. This is the theater of the soul. Notice theater, director, and actor, and star all contain Tor. Thank you, Santos, the Taurus, the field that makes all things possible. Because in the end, only the field exists. As the ancients said, all is a tomb. The truth is rare. Let's make it common again. The real atomic model, the true structure of the universe is being hidden. You're not here by accident. It's an amazing thing to be alive. Not to survive, but to thrive. To awaken and to learn. You're not just learning, you're remembering. Rejoice in your existence. Shine your light. Hold the field. Because when you align with love, you don't just resist the machine, you transcend it. On some book covers and early depictions, tripods seem to be wearing hats, an odd feature for a machine, but symbolically, a hat is associated with identity, thought, and status. Think of a magician's hat or a crown. In magic, hats are often used to conceal and reveal, pulling rabbits out, and hiding mechanisms, creating illusions. This suggests that the tripods, or what they represent, are playing a cosmic sleight of hand. They're not just invading physically, but manipulating perception. This aligns with the idea that reality itself is being tricked or programmed, not just with weapons, but with symbolic deception. The tripods themselves look like walking eyes. This symbolizes an invasion or hijacking of our natural inner sight, replacing organic awakening with artificial visions. So when aliens disintegrate people with laser beams, they're hijacking our perception of the divine, projecting synthetic revelations, conquering not just the earth, but the soul's ability to see reality. The aliens and their machines represent AI, synthetic control, and the attempt to dominate life. But natural order, represented by microbes, says, you may be advanced, but you are not in harmony with life. Nature doesn't need to fight, it just is. And that is enough to overpower anything that's not resonant with life. Electricity, like the lightning that brought the aliens, is powerful but unstable. It can burn out, short-circuit, or be controlled. Magnetism, like the heart's field, is self-sustaining, gentle, and deeply intelligent. Machines run on external power, life runs on inner flow. Love, gratitude, coherence, and presence create a field that cannot be hacked. The microbes are a metaphor for the inner light that lives in all of us. That truth of nature that no machine can override. The power of small acts, small lives, and invisible forces that keep the whole universe in balance. Love and magnetism are stronger than electricity and machines, because they come from source and flow with the wisdom of life itself. Victory doesn't come from bigger weapons, it's the smallest things that hold the greatest power. So victory comes from inner strength, resonance, and remembrance. As the film quietly shows in the end, the invaders were undone not by military power, but by something natural and unseen. Microbes. The natural world, the divine design, and spiritual order always triumph over artificial control and domination. The alien tripods were protected by an invisible force field, a glowing shield that makes them untouchable until they failed. The force field is a metaphor for our auras or energy biofields through and around our bodies. It's measurable, real, and makes up 80% of our immune system. When we are in fear, we are vulnerable. Our shield is down. When we are in love, grounded, and joyful, we are resilient. Our shield is up. Stress and fear release cortisol and suppress the immune system. Love, gratitude, and peace activate healing, boost immunity, and restore balance. Toxins plus weak fields equals vulnerability. If your field is weak, your body becomes more sensitive to environmental toxins, EMF, radiation, psychological stress, and microbial threats. But if your field is strong, your shield is up, you become a fortress. The real battle is awareness versus ignorance, coherence versus chaos, love versus fear. We only become hackable if we are unaware and ungrounded. But when we return to nature, to self, to love, we reclaim our inner field.